Okay, we are now finally coming to the end of April 2013, and we are approaching the first week of May 2013 for the beginning of another fresh month. So far, price action has not been so encouraging. No good trends in the market. We have just been trading the patterns that we see. Okay. For this last week, let's see the price action we got as of last week for us to be able to decide on what direction we want to trade for this week. Okay. All right. Now the charts. This is the euro against the American dollar, the weekly time frame. Where from our monthly analysis, remember we said this pair is still bullish on the monthly time frame. And we are just experiencing some pullbacks to support. Okay. From last week, we are expecting a price. In fact, price bounced off this level. Okay. This is a bounce that we are interested in. If you take some sort of a trend line, all right. You see that this level acted as resistance there, support there. If you have to draw that line, you will see that we are bouncing off that line. Okay, but at any rate, we expect the euro against the American dollar to still drop to the 1.28774 level. All right, once price drops to this level, that is where we will begin to read price action more closely, either for a continuation move to the downside or a bounce back to the upside. Okay, but at the moment we expect the euro against the American dollar to still make some pushes to the downside. All right, this pair is still clearly bullish, and we might get some bullish price action soon in case we don't come back down. All right, because the kind of a candle we are getting at this level, which is multiple levels of support around it there, it's a sign that price should begin to push back up. Okay, so on the euro against the American dollar, what we should be advising now is that we should be careful going short on this pair. Price will still make some bullish moves from now on. Okay. All right, so for Monday as market opens, we will be looking for some short entries back down here. Once we get that entry to this level where we want to cash out, as a price might begin to turn back to the upside on the euro against the American dollar. Okay. All right, so Monday we are short-term bearish, and we are long-term bullish on this pair. All right, next pair is the sterling pounds against the Australian dollar. This pair has made some nice bullish moves, giving us nice profits for last week, over 200 pips, and right now price still has some rooms to move. Okay, we still have plenty of rooms to the upside before we can finally hit the next level of resistance. So on the sterling pounds against the Australian dollar, it is very good for us to keep searching for long entries on this pair, so this pair remains still very bullish to the upside. We have some levels that have been acting as resistance there. All right, so we expect some pullbacks anywhere here. We will see price again bang to the upside, hitting this level of falling resistance. Okay, so that is the optimal target. We have cashed out some profit. Hector has cashed out his profit too as well, 50% profit for the first week candle close. So we are still expecting price to make some more pushes to the upside on this pair, the sterling pounds against the Australian dollar. So we are still bullish for this week, searching for long opportunities. Okay. All right, again, the next pair we want to look into again is the sterling pounds against the American dollar, the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame of this sterling pounds against the American dollar, we are still very bullish, and we are searching for more long opportunities to the upside. Clearly, price is pulling back to the monthly trend line in here. That is where we want to see price hit. So on the sterling pounds against the American dollar, we are still bullish, although by Monday we should be expecting some pullbacks to retest this level of support before we can see another push to the upside. You don't want to be searching for short entries. Okay, just wait for any pullback on the sterling pounds against the American dollar. Then you want to engage yourself on long entries. Okay, we are bullish, we will be searching for long opportunities there. The next pair is the euro against the Canadian dollar. All right, I think this was clear as of last week, as we analyzed that this line that was acting as support was broken, and now we have retested it. That line is now acting as resistance. Okay, you can see how price respected at that line, and we are now pushing to the downside. The next line, the next level we expect price to hit, which is a level of support, although that level is not clearly seen on the weekly time frame, is the 1.30805 level, where you have this line in there. That is where we expect price to drop before we can see either a reversal move or a continuation move. Okay, so for Monday we are still bearish on the euro against the Canadian dollar. We want to be looking for short entries on Mondays. Okay, now the next one is the euro against the Australian dollar. This pair is clearly bullish on the weekly time frame, just like Hector said, but we expect price to make some pullbacks again, hitting the 1.25608 level. Okay, once price hit that level, we are sure that we will see price pushing to the upside. So on the euro against the Australian dollar, we are very bullish, but for Monday we will be short-term bearish, searching for short opportunities hitting that level. As we have said, this is the kind of level you want to begin to search for. As soon as price hit this level, you may likely want to place a buy limit. All right, you want to place a buy limit in here. As price hit that level, you will be triggered into the trade, and we should begin to see some more pushes to the upside on the euro against the Australian dollar. Okay, so we are short-term bearish on Monday. Once that level is hit, we will become absolutely bullish on this pair. The next pair is the Australian dollar versus the American dollar. This pair, as of last week, we saw price making some retracement back up to hit this level of resistance. From now on, we are very bearish on the Australian dollar versus the American dollar. That is the AUD USD pair. We want to see price kicking to the downside, as price is sitting on a highway free of traffic. All right, this is very clear traffic. We should see price kicking to the downside in momentum. Also, you can see that on the weekly time frame we had been on a range. All right, this has been a range, and we have retested the upper limit, so we want to see price banging back down to the lower level of this range boundary. Okay, so we are bearish, and we will keep searching for short entries to the downside on the AUD USD pair. Okay, all right, enough of that. Finally, the next pair we want to look into is the American dollar versus the Japanese yen. On the weekly time frame, this pair is facing some exhaustion at this level in here. All right, they are 98.514 level. Price is having difficult times breaking that level, so we expect to see more pushes again to the downside. Probably in the daily market reviews, you will see the clear price action we have that is giving us a clue that we should be moving to the downside. Okay, all right, Argent, there was a question in the forum about the euro against the Australian dollar, if it was indeed a shoulder pattern. Well, in my experience, this is not a very good shoulder pattern, and we are not looking at that at the moment. Okay, see how price gave us multiple levels of resistance. This is resistance here, another resistance in here. So we have one, we have two. All right, this is you were calling this the head, and price has not yet made that turn around for us to begin to call this another shoulder. All right, so price might just come back down, just like we analyze, and from there on bang again. So you can cannot call this a shoulder because it has not been completed. Okay. Also, why I have invalidated this pattern is because we have some multiple levels just behind these levels that we have in there. Okay, so there is no shoulder head shoulder pattern around this area. Rather, what we had in the past was an inverted shoulder head shoulder pattern. We got price on a nice bearish move, all right, hitting this level, giving us support in there, went back up, hit that level, came back down, hit this level, but we got a break of that neckline. Price came back down to break again that same neckline, all right, giving us some kind of confusional state in this pair. So we are looking at a very big reversal in view, as although not trading this inverted shoulder head shoulder anymore, but it's a signal that price is making a big reversal sign that we should be pushing to the upside in massive momentum on the euro against Australian dollar. So right now at current price level, we expect price to make some pushes back down. We might see some heavy momentum pushes to the upside on this pair. Okay, just keep watch, wait for price to pull back to that level, the 1.25608 level. From there on, you want to begin to shoot for long entries on the euro against Australian dollar. Okay. All right, guys, this is the way we will do our weekly market reviews, looking into the weekly time frame only. While on the daily market reviews, we will consider from the daily time frames to our setup and possibly our trigger chart. Okay. All right, let's keep it like this for now. I will talk to you in the forum. Cheers and bye bye.